Well, good evening, Starlights. How are we? I know it's a late stream. I do apologize. I wasn't gonna stream, reasons I'm not gonna get into, but after a bit of just like rest and recuperation, as it were, decided I want to try and make as much of a progress into this as I can. I don't know if we're gonna finish this tonight, even though it's 16 quests. It is a lot of content for 16 quests. The final cutscene, I think, is like 25-30 minutes long by itself. So we're just going to try and make as much progress as we can tonight. And then we'll either pick up tomorrow or another day. I don't know. I'm debating if I'm going to stream Sonic Racing tomorrow, to be honest. I'm having mixed feelings about that game at the moment. But anyway, yes, tonight we are playing some more Final Fantasy XIV. We're going to take this wee one through the finale of ARR on the EU Alt. So let's begin, shall we? I hope we're all doing okay. I was nearly going to play Fatal Frame tonight, actually, but then I was like, nah, I'm in the mood for a spooky game tonight. Have you a moment, Luna? I believe Ida wished a word with you. I should consider it a personal favor if you would lend a sympathetic ear to her troubles. She has not been herself since Moonbreeder's passing, and my heart aches to see her so downcast. I don't know if I'd started a bit earlier, probably could have hit Heaven's Ward by now. We'd have probably been in, like, the final stretch by now, but it happens. Shit happens. Hey, it's Luna! Great. Oh, it's no use. I'm trying to stay positive, but it's just hard, you know? The thing is, I know Moon would tell me off if she saw me moping around like this. Which is why I've decided to cheer myself up by getting her a special flower. I placed an order for a moon daisy with Rowena a little while ago, and it's ready to be picked up. The trouble is, I find Rowena a bit difficult at the best of times, and, well, this isn't one of them. I know it's silly, but I just can't face it at the moment. So I was wondering, do you think you can maybe collect it for me? I have the coin to pay for the flower right here. Thanks so much. I'll be waiting for you and the daisy at Rayfrost. Go get a flower. Taking me a bloody while, but we're finally at the end of ARR. Hopefully I don't dawdle this much during Stormblood, because I didn't realise that Stormblood's base patch is 120 quests. It's the second longest, I think. I think it's ARR, then Stormblood, then... I don't know if Dawn or Shadow comes after, or if it's Endwalker, actually. Heaven's Ward's actually the shortest of them. It's only 96 quests in the initial base patch. It's a surprisingly short expansion. What can I do for you today, Venturer? Eldritch trinket to trade. Hello, Mighty. Hody Jones, how are you? So here's the thing with Endwalker. The first half of the base patch is not the most fun, I'm gonna be honest. Hello, Antnals. But I will say the finale of base patch, no spoilers obviously for those who haven't seen, the finale of base patch is so good, I will say that. But it does take a little while to get there. What, you running errands now? Them scions really know how to make the most of your talents, don't they? Sending the saviour of Eorzea to the bleeding market? Fine use of your time, that is. Seriously though, you best learn how to say no or they'll have you mucking out the Chocobo stables next. Anyway, what was it you were here to pick up? Moon Daisy, was it? Here then, take it. Tell that Ida lass I've got a wide selection of headwear in stock if she ever decides to replace that dowdy old mask of hers. God knows she needs to. Rowena is an icon. You will not have any Rowena slander in chat. try walking. I could just, like, fly from door to door. Wait, no, we gotta fly anyway. At least it's a 4-day weekend next week. No worries, Hans. You get that rest. Good seeing you as always. Robo sleep. Rowena can be so annoying. She just will not take no for an answer. Every time I visit her, she insists I replace my visor with something more fashionable. And when I tell her I like it just fine the way it is, she says it again, and then again, and then again. It drives me crazy. What I mean to say is, I really appreciate you doing this for me. So anyway, let's see it. Breeder love these things, you know. I hope there's somewhere, somehow. She knows I'm still thinking of her.
I'll never forget you, Moon. None of us will.
Okay, voice acting.
The song riseth to a crescendo.
Many Durgles.
Is that what I think it is?
Hello, can you hear me? We have received grave tidings from Ishgard. Pray return to the Rising Stones at once.
He said the line. Whee! I could just teleport back, couldn't I? I'd like to finish this all tonight, but we will see. Like I said, it is only 16 quests, but it is 16 long quests. My apologies for the interruption. I was deeply saddened to learn of Moonbreeder's passing. Her loss will be sorely felt. Alas, recent developments in Ishgard leave us little time to mourn. The envoy from Kerfus will soon arrive, and we must hasten to hear her report. Forever cutscenes. Yeah, forever cutscenes. There's a lot of cutscenes. A lot of voice acting. I've got a big glass of water on nearby standby. Excuse me. The envoy is here. Wife. I thank you for receiving me at such short notice. Time is of the essence, so I will forgo the usual pleasantries, if I may. Certainly. You come with news of the Dravanians? Aye. The dragons have begun their attacks, in earnest. The first wave reached the Central Highlands a short while ago, and battle was joined soon thereafter. Samric himself sailed forth with a contingent of Temple Knights and several companies of the noble house's finest. Though the beasts were ultimately forced into retreat, our victory, if such it may be called, came at the cost of many of our own. Too many. We will not withstand a second wave should the Dravanians renew their assault. You paint a grim picture, my lady. Is it reinforcements you seek, then? We do. Though it pricks our pride, it is plain we cannot protect Ishgard with our ranks thus thinned by the Horde. Samric would meet with you to discuss the possibility of enlisting your aid. Very well. I shall depart for Kerfus at once. I must warn you, though, however, that the involvement of the Crystal Braze is by no means assured. Our commitment to quelling the unrest in Uldar must take precedence. It is with such contingencies in mind that I must make another request. The Scions of the Seventh Dawn are known for sharing close ties with all three of the Grand Companies of Eorzea. Would you consent to plead our case to their leaders? Though I would gladly appeal to the Grand Companies in your behalf, I dare not promise a favourable reply. You need say no more. Considering our past dealings with the Eorzean Alliance, I can well imagine how our plea will be received. But the fate of Ishgard hangs in the balance. We must explore every avenue still open to us, no matter how unpromising. I see. Very well. I shall send envoys to each of the allied nations and have them present your request directly to the heads of the Grand Companies. In the event that your plea does receive a favourable answer, know that any support is certain to be conditional. Demands will be made of Ishgard. That is only to be expected. Rest assured that I speak with Saramric's authority in this matter, and that our actions are fully sanctioned by the Holy See. Fuck the Church, here's 99 reasons why. Which brings me to my final request. Personal appeal to you, Warrior of Light. The Lord Commander much desires to speak with you, regardless of your fellow's involvement. I passed on your nickname for me to a group I'm in the name of Tolioli Ravioli! Among many others. You faced Midgar Sormir and survived. Anything you can share of your experience may yield us an advantage over our foe. Thank you. You wear the mantle of hero well. It would seem the road leads us both to Camp Dragonhead. Seek me out when you arrive, Luna. Get used to hearing that organ. Wife.
The sons must answer for their father's misdeeds. Only then will the cycle be broken. Brothers and sisters of the heavens, we raise our voices and join you in the chorus. The sinner's feeble magics are undone. Come, claim your retribution.
Sail, my beloved, agreed. She's just girl bossing with dragons. Honestly, she deserves it. She's great. Let me click Alphino! Lord. It seems I was the swifter, Luna. You two, however, have arrived with time to spare, for our host is yet to make an appearance. The murmurings about camp have some manner of trouble at the gates of judgment. In the Lord Commander's absence, I suggest we visit the place and find out what is afoot. Excuse you. I was so confused. I was like, what is flying over me? Need to wrangle the squad together at some point so we can go do Shiva and, what's it called? The, Bahamut raid. The Gate to Judgment are much more than mere doors. They are the outermost layer of Ishgard's magical wards. If our first line of defense can be so easily shattered. I mean, to be fair, Ysel has got the power of a primal, so... When I laid eyes upon Lady Iceheart, I felt the marrow freeze within my bones. And in one term, men fear her. Heretic scum! How dare they meddle with our divine protections! I shall rid our nation of their blasphemy, even if it means cutting them down one by one. We need not fret over much. There are yet several layers of arcane protection that shield the city from invasion. Mother will be fine. It would seem the heretic struck the first, and the most telling blow against Ishgard. Scions, we expected you at Camp Dragonhead. My apologies. We chanced to hear that there had been trouble at the gates, and thought it prudent to investigate the cause. Then you've learned of the heretic's treachery. Lady Iceheart led a force of her followers against our defenders, and came close enough to dispel the first of our wards. But let us speak more of this back at the camp. Sir Emmerich awaits you. Lady Iceheart has grown bold indeed if she would risk direct action against the city. Come, let us do as we were bid and return to Camp Dragonhead. Lord Horshafont will know where Sir Emmerich needs to receive us. I mean, I can think of a few places Sir Emmerich could receive me. Sorry. Or rather, I can think of a few places I'd receive it. Oh, this is why I don't play games after a certain time of night. Luna, how thirsty are you? Yes. Oh, boy. Oh, gods, I need help. It is reassuring indeed to behold the countenance of a friend when one's homeland is upon the very brink of disaster. Though a single misstep could send us plunging into the abyss, your heroic presence stokes the flames of courage within my heart. Ah, but you did not come to Dragonhead to listen to my prattling. The Lord Commander has arrived and would treat with you in the intercessory. Final Fantasy, aka how Luna got very thirsty very quickly. Greetings, madam. Shall I show you inside? Look at this man sitting here like he's somebody. I mean, he is somebody, but still. Voice acting? Please? You bastard! I thank you for coming with such haste, and apologize for my absence. Suffice it to say, Lady Iceheart and her heretics have much to answer for. Yes, we are but recently returned from the Gates of Judgment ourselves. Given the circumstances, we quite understand if you prefer to postpone our appointed audience. On the contrary, Master Alphino, I think it more important than ever that this meeting take place. Rest assured, I shall return to my post on Ishgard's walls the moment our business is concluded. Before we move on to the subject of reinforcements, however, I would introduce you to a close friend and stalwart ally, Estinian! Oh my god, my husband. That's not Estinian, that's Horshafon. That's Estinian! Luna's like, hello. Just tall drink of water. You can't see his face yet, but you will understand. May I present to you Ishgard's Azure Dragoon? An impressive title, although I confess I know precious little of the Order of Dragoons. They are formidable warriors all, but even among such masters of the lance, Estinians without equal. He, out of all the warriors of Ishgard, was chosen to wield the power of dragons, and may thus contend with any Dravanian. You flatter me over much, Lord Commander. So you're the venturer of whom they spoke. I see now why my blood fair sang in anticipation of our meeting. Well, now that we've all been introduced, let us proceed to the matter at hand. I would share with you what we've learned of Iceheart's design, as confessed by the heretics taken captive after the assault on the gate. Fun fact, by the way, if you level a Dragoon, you do get additional dialogue when Estinian sees you, because Estinian's a large part of like the Dragoon and Lancer quest line. So, if you ever want to play a melee class and you want to be a Dragoon, there's a reason you get a bit of additional dialogue. He acknowledges your presence. It would seem that Lady Iceheart and the Dravanians share a common goal, the reclamation of Nidhogg's stolen eye. Nidhogg, one of the 7 great worms. His name features prominently in your nation's history, although once defeated by the hero Haldrath, the beast is said to have terrorized Kerfur since Ishgard's founding. Aye, many are the scars our walls bear from Nidhogg's relentless assaults to raise the city. The trophy Haldrath plucked from the bested worm's skull, known simply as the Eye, is a treasured relic of Ishgard, and one possessed of untold power. Should it ever be returned to Nidhogg, the dread creature would be restored to the height of his strength, and though no wall or ward we could erect would be stout enough to deny him. Mine vengeful son hath waged war against Ishgard for 1,000 years. No mortal mind could comprehend the depths of his rancor. Well, that's a good word, rancor. The eye itself is secreted deep within the vault. It is kept under heavy guard, surrounded at all times by men and women who have proven their loyalty to the Holy See. Though stout walls and sharp blades may suffice to discourage the heretics, the dragons are another matter. There are individuals within the Dravanian horde whom an entire company of knights would labour to repel, to say nothing of Nidhogg himself. Nor does age rob them of their strength. Though the endless march of years, dragons endure. Patient, calculating, inexorable. You must understand, these creatures do not share our perception of time. And that is especially true of the great worms. They who spend centuries in slumber, only to wake and resume their campaign as if mere hours had passed. It's been 12 years since Nidhogg last darkened our skies. 20 years for him to gather his strength, and for us to bolster our defences. And now, just as he seemed primed to return, the heretics strike at the gates. Do you believe that Lady Iceheart is in league with the creature, then? Of that we cannot be certain. Though we know the heretics covet the eye, we've been unable to determine their plans for it. Such questions aside, we must needs address the ragged hole in their mistress seen fit to rend in Ishgard's protections. 'Tis a weakness the Dravanians are not like to leave untested. So it would seem, you have described your plight in admirable detail, Lord Commander, yet I cannot help but wonder at your candour. Why share such sensitive information with us? I shall speak plain. Ishgard has need of allies, and would have you bolster our front lines in readiness for the coming battle against the dragons. This much I expected. Unlike our arrangement concerning the Keeper of the Lake, however, only you stand to benefit from our assistance in this matter. I fail to see why we should intervene in a conflict that concerns only Ishgard and Dravania. When the Eorzea Alliance requested Ishgard's assistance during Operation Archon, you refused us. Does it not seem grossly unjust to demand that we now risk our lives in your private war? I make no attempt to defend my country's conduct. I only ask that you consider what would follow were Ishgard to fall. Having razed our city to the ground, the Horde would have little cause to linger, and most would return to their lairs in Dravania. Soon thereafter, the ruins of Kurfus would be buried in snow, and the land would become the sole province of beast and beastmen. Until the Garleans' arrival, that is. We may be certain that the Empire would not hesitate to claim Kurfus. They would not even have to draw steel. An imperial province sharing a border with Mordona. 7 hells. Very well. We will assist you in repelling the dragons. The roar of a great worm may have shaken the firmament, but we of Eorzea will not abandon our Ishgardian brothers to face the coming horde alone. Nor did I ever think you would. Now upon the matter of the roar. Allow me, Sir Emmerich. Through the power of the Eye, I have become the vessel of Nidhogg's strength. His essence has stolen into my very blood. Fear not. I am in full control of my faculties, I assure you, and the Eye itself is of no relevance to this tale. It is not essential that I bear it with me wheresoever I go. Its lingering influence does, however, allow me to hear Nidhogg's voice. And the worm who roared was Nidhogg, aye. He means to hurl his horde against Danifin's collar and shatter the remaining wards that protect the city. There can be no doubt. The worm has summoned his minions to war. Jurgens. Though the circumstances are far from ideal, this desperate endeavour will at least provide us an opportunity to bring the sister states of Eorzea together in common cause. Sir Emmerich was more ruthless in his negotiations than I had anticipated. I suppose one must give no quarter when one's home is at stake. Did you see the look on his face when he formally requested our assistance? Though the Lord Commander has long campaigned for Ishgard to open its gates to outsiders, I suspect the softening of the Holy See's attitude towards foreign cooperation comes as something of a bittersweet victory. The days ahead promise to be interesting indeed. If we were to aid the Ishgardians in this war of theirs, preparations will have to be made, and soon. Before proceeding, however, we must needs return to the Rising Stones and make our report to the antecedent. Antecedent. It's antecedent. I don't know why I say antecedent. It's antecedent. Pronunciation. I had a very lovely dessert this evening. It was a, where is it? I have the label here still. A ricotta dessert. It was a type of chocolate. Jan Juda hazelnut chocolate. Flavored ricotta dessert. Topped with a raspberry flavored sauce on a biscuit base. I like the base. I like the buttery biscuit base. God damn it.
Alphino, it is good to see you. Tell me, what have you learned?
Pray summon the others. Everyone must hear my report.
We done fucked.
So this was all but a taste of what's to come.
Indeed. The main host advances upon Ishgard as we speak.
Whose vaunted defenses have been nullified.
Hi, Bean!
Shorn of its wards, the city will bear the full force of Nidhogg's fury.
All those people.
Alphino is right. The Dravanians cannot be allowed to prevail. If Ishgard falls, all of Eorzea will suffer the consequences.
Then you agree that we have no choice but to intervene. For the good of the realm, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn and the Crystal Braves must join the defense of Ishgard.
Let there be no ambiguity about what has been proposed. We would be directly intervening in the war. But if all here believe the cause to be just, then to war we shall go.
War declared.
The path we now embark upon is perilous, but I pray you will walk with us to the end. For those we have lost, for those we can yet save.
Then it is settled. I shall inform the Council of our intentions and request that they contribute their own forces to the defense of Ishgard.
Woo! Let me pull up the MSQ quest line just so I can see. No group content in this entire friggin' patch. Where are we up to now? So we are on quest number 5 out of 16. I have bid the Archons travel to their assigned nations. Should the members of the Alliance agree to pledge Grand Company soldiers to Ishgard's cause, our comrades will be on hand to act as intermediaries for the duration of the conflict. The small matter of persuading the Alliance leaders to grant such support I leave to Alphino. For you, my friend, a different task awaits. I'd have you reach out to your fellow adventurers and gather what allies you may for the coming siege. I would also have you consider the matters of our own security. Revenant's toll is but a short flight from the snowfields of Kurthus. It is not unimaginable that the fighting may spill across the borders. Pray, brief Slathborn on the brewing conflict and discuss potential contingencies. The frontier settlers must be prepared for aught that might wing its way over our walls. I only hope that such precautions prove unnecessary. But before you leave, may I suggest you have Tataru accompany you? She has a talent for administration and a firm grasp of the practical challenges we may encounter. Excuse me. We are rather close to Kerfus, aren't we? We best see to our own defences and take stock of our supplies. Oh, we'll also need to have beds and bandages laid out just in case. A good receptionist is ready for any eventuality. Let's go, Luna. I have 101 things to discuss with Slathborn. Tataru is the best girl. We will have no Tataru slander in this chat. Otherwise, I'll set Fen on you. I'm not afraid to utilise my Raptor mod. I will weaponize her. I appreciate the warning. The Four is coming to Kerfus and the toll must be made ready. I'll increase the number of patrols and lookouts immediately. I'll also see about finding room for an infirmary, as well as temporary housing for victims of the conflict. Ishgard has done well by us in the past, and I would return the favour. As for rounding up volunteers for the fighting itself, I'm afraid I must disappoint you. I will not send my fellow guild members to die on Ishgardian soil, and I'm certain headquarters will say the same. There will be no official Adventurers Guild presence at the siege. That said, each adventurer is of course free to do as he or she wills. I shall have a word with some of my more capable colleagues on your behalf, and you might try your luck in Revenant's Toll. I dare say there are a few stout souls about town who answer your call to arms. It's a fiend! Big cat and little cat. Yeah! There is such a height difference. I'm so tiny. I think I'm a max height Mikote on Luna as well. Let's get started, shall we? We have a town to rouse. Pet the Fen. Spare me your talk of glory and fame. I'm not in the habit of volunteering for lost causes. I've survived this long by trusting my instincts, and my instincts tell me to stay well away from Ishgard. Okay, sorry. I mean, logical, honestly. Still. It's my boy! Oh, God. Ishgard sounds like she's in a right mess. But ain't what I want to talk to you about. I need you to cast your mind back to that scuffle with the Empire out by our processing plant. A lad from Little Alamigo by the name of Wilrid was there the fourth day that day. I want to know if you've seen him since. Have you? Gods damn it, I feed as much. No one's bloody seen him, except the ground opened up and swallowed him whole. Oh, but that ain't all. Around the time Wilrid stopped turning up for duty, then black market weapons went missing from our vault in Uldar. So now, of course, half the Braves suspect the lad of making off with the goods. Folks like to believe our company's a disciplined fighting force, but you and I both know it's no more than a motley collection of mercenaries, adventurers, and Grand Company veterans. The only thing that binds us together is some vague oath about fighting for the freedom of all. That and the steady pay. Now, compared to most others in this crew? Wow, I went a little bit Welsh for a second there. Wilrid's a fresh-faced novice, a bleeding whelp among wolves. The boy's got passion. When he talked about being a guardian of Eorzea, he bloody well meant it. A lad like him would rob us blind and bugger off like that. He ain't the type. Crew. I'm from Wales. Crew. And then, and this is just between you and me, mind, There's the fact that the lad wanted to tell me about something queer he'd noticed in the ledgers. Something about the Braves' numbers not adding up. Aye, there's a villain at the end of this trail I've stumbled on, and I bet me good eye it ain't young Wilred. Any road, you've got a water range, so I'll let you get on. I just thought someone should know. I'll be seeing you, Luna. Good boy, bested boy. We love him. Another cinnamon roll we protect in this chat. Ew. So Ishgard seeks sellswords to bolster its ranks, eh? Though I'm not sure I like the sound of this siege. Those nobles will surely be generous with their rewards. Oh, but I have pledged myself to guard Revenant's toll. Modest work though it is, I am loath to break the terms of my contract. What to do? What to do? I believe Rowley is, trustworthy, yeah. I don't remember him being, dodgy. He's a good boy. We give him gentle smooches and pat him on the head. I must go vertical, Mother. Only because I can't remember where this person is. Mother, I am vertical. Sell me blade to the Ishgards? Well, them dragons are a fearsome lot, but I'd slay me fair share if the coin was good. I've worked for one of them knights before, you know. Watched me like a bloody orc, he did. Still, I'll put worse than that for every purse. Maybe I should give the spirit in, my Hooked on You playthrough with Kev a proper lot. Make her sound like this instead. I'm the spirit, innit, bruv? I'm gonna slash you, bruv. I'm all gothic and gloomy and depressive, bruv. No, I can't do that. I would break character so fast. I am not a master of voices, unlike Mr. Last Minute Continue. He is the voice actor out of the pair of us. Oh, dearie me. Volunteer my services in the defense of Ishgard? I think not. Dragons claim the lives of every one of my brothers. I do not mean to offer them mine. 'Twas to escape such a fate that I took up in the mantle of adventure in the first place. Was sooner designed the pursuit of fortune than huddled behind an icy wall. Alright, love, I'm the spirit. How you doing? Got me a nasty sword, and my body's cut up in places. I look pretty good in a bikini, right? Oh, dear. There you are, Luna. So, did you sway any hearts? One, two, eh? Well, I need to mind that. Makes 3 or 4. Not including this last one, friends. We're one of the largest company in the army. I'd say one Revenant's Hall veteran is worth a dozen clanky knights at least. Oh, she's not wrong. Oh, I've been so caught up with recruiting that I almost forgot. There's been word from Alphino. Apparently, the Alliance leaders are convening in order to discuss Ishgard's plight. And they've requested your presence, as usual. Anyway, you best make your way to Aldar or you'll be late. Alphino said he'd meet you on the Royal Promenade. Well, hello. Anyway. Oh. One day I'm gonna like first over some rando's character, and they're gonna see either the VOD or see it on stream, and they're like, "Oh, it's me," and I'm gonna be like, "Fuck." Look, I see beautiful Aura men. I'm gonna be instantly interested. Okay. My apologies for calling you away from your tasks. I'd hoped to proceed with these negotiations one leader at a time, but it seems my urgent request for an audience has prompted the gathering of the council. Oh yeah, the Easter event. Honestly, I've been doing the holiday events off camera. They are one of the few things I just can't be asked to stream. I know, that's a bit naughty, but needless to say, I felt obliged to attend. The alliance is already seated within. Let us join them, shall we? I should have played that at the start of stream. Please voice acting.
We are well aware of Ishgard's dilemma, and we agree with your assessment.
Then I trust there are no objections to the Crystal Braves' intervention.
Ul'dah has none.
Gridania does not object.
The Crystal Braves are yours to command, Alphino. Do what you will. We shall pray for your success.
It was my hope that you would offer more substantial aid than prayer. I know it is within your means.
Do not presume that you have knowledge of our every concern. The Garleans and the Beast Tribes are but two of many. We are not in a position to contribute greatly to the defense of Ishgard. Not when our own homes are still under siege.
We dare not leave our interests in Cartano undefended as well. Telegi Adalegi and his ilk would seize control of the territories in our absence.
The enemy is at their gates, and you would cower behind yours?
No one is cowering, boy. We will offer what support we can.
Boy.
Aye, support. A handful of men and no more.
Would that we could commit more than a token force to this cause. Yet there are others to whom you might turn. The free companies ever want for work.
Ah, yes. The free companies. They're not like to turn you down.
I beg your pardon? You would entrust the survival of Ishgard to sell swords? Crises like these are the very reason why this alliance was formed. It is our duty to aid our fellow man.
My duty is to my country and my people. If you expect us to place the welfare of a foreign power above our own, you're going to be sorely disappointed. Lest you doubt, Limsa comes first, then the Alliance, and finally, circumstances permitting, Ishgard and the rest. If you cannot understand so simple a concept, then you have no place at this table.
Forgive me, Admiral. I was careless in my choice of words.
I suggest you assemble a party of elite adventurers, assuming you haven't already. Your fellows served us well during Operation Archon. I dare say they will do so again. If I may, Your Grace, I wish to propose a redistribution of forces. If we entrust the security of Ul'dah to the Brass Blades for a time, we can dispatch a larger force to Ishgard. Your Grace?
Yes. Yes, of course. Do what you will.
Nah, solo it now. Luna just aggressively throws her stick at them. I don't need this! I don't need any of this! Arrgh!
Is her grace not feeling well?
To the best of my knowledge, Her Grace is in perfect health.
I see. Carry on.
Robon's in full dad mode. They're just like, Oh, dearie me. Once again, I owe you an apology. It seems we've been conscripted as leading a contingent of adventurers on yet another mission of insurmountable danger. But I fear we have been left with little alternative. We cannot well abandon Lord Horshafont and Sir Emmerich to their fate. We must abide by the Council's decision, as short-sighted as it is, and strive to fulfill our roles as Eorzea's guardians. And the Scions are a big organization we see in game. I guess it'd be inferred that it's in their ranks. That's the thing. And they make a comment as well about the free companies, you know, asking the free companies for help. That is the one thing I do like about 14 over WoW, and it is something that I think 14 does a little bit better, is it doesn't just say you are the hero, the sole hero, and that's it. It does acknowledge that there are free companies, there are mercenaries, there are small guilds who have people for hire. You know, it doesn't just say you are the sole person with 7 scions going into battle. You know, it is like, actually, there are these large political groups. There are these free companies of individual independent soldiers and adventurers and all this whatnot. WoW doesn't really do that, and it is something that always did kind of, like, annoys me, that you are the sole champion in terms of the storyline. They make no mention of, like, finding your companions or bringing your guild or anything like that. Whereas 14 does openly say, find a group of friends, find a group of adventurers, and blah, 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 blah. And it's like, I like that, because it even though you are the de facto story hero, you are also one of many. And it is later sort of I think it's inferred and then confirmed that you aren't technically the only active warrior of light, but we will go into that a little bit more later. We just happen to be the one that got caught up in everything, shall we say. Captain Ilberd. Ilberd, what news? Then the assault has begun. We have at this moment concluded our audience with the Alliance leaders. So, I'll talk about it in a second, actually. Get out the cutscene first. Move our forces into position. Your unit will join House Durandare at the Steel Vigil. Man the cannons alongside the knights, and fin the Dravanian horde as they descend upon Ishgard. I will join you as soon as I am able. Luna, I would have you and your adventurer allies bolster the defences of the Steps of Faith. Report first to Sir Macelin at the Gates of Judgment, and he will direct you to where you are needed most. May the gods grant us victory. Yeah, so WoW, I see WoW story as Fen said, it is a power fantasy. You are sort of observing stuff as it's happening. Like, my main character, Cad, my headcanon for her is she actually isn't some legendary champion. She is a fairly well-respected ranger who becomes a hunt master during Legion, but then returns to being a ranger with her people. She's not some, like, god-tier hero that they just call on. She just happens to be present for lots of things. If that makes sense. WoW does... WoW's... The benefit of WoW's story is it does allow a tiny bit more flexibility with your character writing. I know that some people sometimes they have admitted that one of the things that initially struggles for them for 14 story writing is, well, the story makes out that you're the warrior of light, you're the chosen one. And it can be hard to kind of pull your character away and go, well, maybe what if they're not the chosen one? And I know some people who like roleplay their characters like a merchant, or as like a sort of, you know, adventurer for hire who isn't the warrior of light. And then there are some who, they can hear Heidelin's voice, but they, again, they are not the wall, they are not the warrior of light, they are just someone who's helping, kind of thing. 14 does require you to a little bit bend some of the canon, a tiny bit if you want to go outside the box. Especially if you don't want to adhere to later stuff that's like dropped lore-wise, which we won't talk about because spoilers. But yeah. I mean, each of my characters has a different, like, story route. Luna's kind of just a drifter. She kind of just wandered in and kind of got involved in things. Her story more sort of takes place when we start heading into Shadowbringers, to be honest. That's where Luna's character really develops. You are not wrong with what you just said in Free Company chat, then. Even though I haven't got super far yet in... You know, it's gonna be fun watching me play current expansion, because like I said, I've only played the base patch. I have not played anything after, so I will be blind after a certain point. Hi! Haunts. I should play on my main more. I really should. I appreciate the offer, Fen. Maybe I will. Maybe now that I'm like, wow. You picked up your haunts. You're the appointed captain of the sellsword contingent. Well then welcome. There's no shortage of blade work to be done. As we speak, Dravanian skirmishing parties are harrying positions across the Central Highlands. I've assigned the Crystal Braves and your fellow adventurers to contain these scattered attacks, and for the present I would have you join them. This is of course merely a precursor to the assault on Ishgard proper. The wily serpents... The wily serpents seek to divide and confuse our foes, but we will not be so easily drawn out of position. The Temple Knights will remain on the steps of faith and continue our preparations. When the Horde arrives in force... Oh, I skipped the dialogue. Fuck me. I'm good at video games. Right, before we continue, I'm just going to quickly go to the bathroom, so I will be right back. earth have I come back to? Oh, hi, Kev. I forgot that's a laugh I gave Luna. Holy shit. That is... Ninton! Hello, little sister. How are you? Yeah, I didn't realize I gave Luna that laugh, and now I'm like, It's not the worst laugh. There is a lot worse fucking laughs. But it is up there. Heck yeah, let's go! Why am I hitting heal constantly? Luna! I am healing myself, shush. I gotta heal the years of damage. We need to get Hantanos his nightmare at some point, bless him. Oh dear. Exactly! And I mean, Luna looks fabulous, okay? She doesn't look exactly how I wanted to yet because I don't have my slut boots. But when I get my slut boots, then you'll all fear me. My slut boots! Hi! My slut boot! It's a game which has a Nier collab, which means you can get thigh-high boots that make your thighs look really big. No, the Nier 2B boots. Exactly, they make your butt big as well. The butt. And Luna has a thick butt. So, you know, she needs that booty lift. Because we don't have a butt slider in this game. Square Enix are cowards. There's some really, like, men and women in this game can be both very sleepy. Appreciate it. You're cheering me on, Fen. You're cheering me on. say the word slut on Twitch? I've just had a thought now. 5 minutes after the fact. What news, adventurer? Reinforcements? Decimated, you say? Dravanian devils, damn their scaly hides. Fast your grief and fury, my lady. We will avenge the deaths of your fellows in the battle to come. Yeah, don't chat. This is not an invitation to test the filter. Please and thank you. One of my favorite pair of boots it's from one of the White Mage sets. I think it's the Stormblood one. And it's a pair of heels with stockings, and they're like really pretty. I like those. And now that there's no class lock on them, I can use them, which I'm looking forward to. There are so many mogs I'm gonna make. God, I remember doing Steps of Faith when it was the old Steps of Faith. Oh, I don't miss it. I should do a fashion show stream, shouldn't I? Ere you commit yourself to the siege, you should know what it is your task with defending. Beyond the gates of judgment lie the Steps of Faith, a great bridge of stone that leads directly to the city of Ishgard. More than simply a means to cross the Sea of Clouds, the bridge serves as a foundation for the arcane wards that form the barrier we call Genifin's Collar. Alas, in dispelling the barrier's outermost layer, that thrice-damned witch Iceheart stripped the bridge of its protection, and thus the dragon's now able to land unhindered upon the Steps of Faith. Should the Dravanians succeed in destroying the remainder of the wards, the winged devils will be free to swarm within the city itself. Needless to say, we cannot suffer that to happen. It should be our task as defenders to prevent any harm from coming to these parts of the bridge, wherein the wards are sealed. 3 yet remain, and we have dispatched our forces accordingly. I would ask you and your comrades to accompany our defenders at the outermost ward. I should hope that includes us as well. Yes? Hey, it's my friends. It's the Scions. Earth, if you are tired, go to bed. Bed. You can't see me pointing, but I'm pointing. Bed. Scions of the Seventh Dawn? We cannot stand by idly while the Horde threatens the good people of Ishgard. Indeed. Do otherwise, we go against all that Master Louisoix has taught us. As for where we might be of most assistance, I think it prudent be divided into 2 groups. Ida and I will join the rear guard. Right. If the dragons should reach us, we'll be sure to give them what for. Thank you, all of you. Pray speak with me again when your preparations are complete, and together we shall stand against the Horde. Alright, squad, here we go. I trust you are ready then. Good. Come, let us make for the battlefield. Big dragon. Dragon. welcome back? Question mark? Fucking run!
Isa, to me.
I can't even see its head, it's so big. Is it there? Ishnola! Oh yeah, it is the post seven towards voices, you're right. Uh-oh. Ow. I don't deserve that, I'm just saying. Fucking run! Again! Oh my god. Die! Oh, it's so jarring hearing Ida's voice comparatively. No, it's fine. It's just Ida is the one I'm like, wow, that is a difference. Dragon's about to land on me. Yeah. I hope you like staring at dragon's feet, by the way, guys. Oh yeah, Bishop is awesome. Oh my god, this Temple Knight is gonna get me killed, sir! Please. I'm not too into dragon. I'm insane, to be honest. I'm really not into dragon feet. Feet in general kind of make me go, come back! Holy shit, she can sprint. She's gone. Mysterion! I want to lick that man. I want to lick that man. You heard me. Both. I like a man in a suit. You know, it's actually occurred to me that I've never actually seen a partner in a suit, now I come to think of it. Of all the guys I've dated. Bye there. Thanks, Ben. Yes, I do quite like a man in a suit, especially if it's a tie on as well. Her being a fucking badass, by the way. This is my wife over here. This is a very cool visual. And we're done. Oh, I just cracked my fingers. That felt so good. Dirk steaks, everyone. Dirk steaks. dragons! They are withdrawing! Victory is ours! There's a man out with his stomach out. Let's go. Hello, Rugadin tummy. One of Nidhogg's greatest champions, slain. The Horde will not soon recover from this blow. What of you, Nidhogg? Why did you not join your minions and make of this battle a slaughter? Have you grown so fond of the stench of your lair? I hope you're prepared to have your allies fight your battles for you. You have a girl to do your bidding now, do you not? No matter. I shall slay Iceheart and all the rest. But I yearn to spill the blood of a great worm, Nidhogg, and only your death will sate my lance. I mean, I could sate your lance, if you know what I mean. Sorry. He is so stupid edgy. I think that's why I love him so much. I need to behave. I need a spray bottle emote. I really do. Oh dear. Oh, if I ever find a partner, I feel sorry for them because they're gonna have to put up with this. Luna, the dragons are routed. Lest you wonder, the fighting at the Steel Vigil was also fierce, but my crystal braves were not found wanting. Oh, look, another handsome man. Look at these men's. Commander Leveilleur, Luna, true to your word, you arrived to aid us in our hour of need. On behalf of the Holy See and the people of Ishgard, I feel my humble thanks. Where's Ninten? We got a man with fluffy hair. Where is Ninten? We have floofy-haired man. Though I would stay and lavish you with well-deserved praise me harder, Daddy, I fear I must away to oversee the aftermath of the siege. Not all the dragons have fled, and there are those yet wounded to be carried from the field. Pray let us meet anon, that I might express my thanks with the proper courtesy. Look at all these babies. They have no idea what's up ahead. We have indeed achieved a victory of singular importance. With the Dravanian horde thus weakened and scattered, the threat to Ishgard has been greatly diminished. And mayhap equally significant, the Holy See must now recognize the necessity of cooperation with foreign powers. Long have they barred their gates against the outside world, but I'm confident the day will soon come when Ishgard proclaims itself a member of the Eorzea Alliance once more. Much have we sacrificed in our struggles against dragons and primals, the Ascians and the Empire, but step by unfaltering step we march ever nearer to our goals. And as ever, the journey is made with you in the van. The victory you've won this day gives us greater hope for the morrow. 'Tis a hope that shall sustain us in the days to come, and bear us past the many evils that could seek to hinder our progress. Yes, we've done well, my friend, and I, for one, would take a moment to savor the enormity of our achievement. The demands of duty, however, allow me little time for levity. I must accompany Captain Ilbert back to Ul'dah and reassign those braves whose squads suffered heavy losses. You, my friend, have earned a rest at the Rising Stones. Pray return to Revenant's Toll and share your tale with Minfilia in person. Who is messaging me? Hello? We shall see to inform in the other nations of what took place here. Do be sure to give our regards to Minfilia. Look at these babies. Can I sit with you guys? Look at Fen's mighty cat lady. Bask in her. Sit. I want to sit. Oh, I don't remember what the emote's called. Look at that. This is just two girlies enjoying a nice drink in the snow. Sippy. Go. Just smother me in tall women. Ah, the bisexual fantasy. And also Estinian. Like I said, funny enough, although I love Estinian, Lunar is not shipped with Estinian. Lunar is shipped with Grahatir. Cad, however, scales Estinian every fucking night. Cad's over there like, give me that dragoon. Oh, dear me. Oh, Lord. Luna, welcome back. Alphino sent word of the siege, and of course of the role you played in ending it. Your deeds never cease to amaze me, Luna. Thank you. Okay. I'll select the reward, God. Yeah. Where am I up to now?